5/18, 2017 S&P 500 ETF still in big picture uptrend. Recent trend action is sideways. The all-time high, tested the all-time high and rejected the next day on a wide range day, but kind of just back in this big range, and volume and volatility are expanding. But the big picture uptrend is still intact. Top two pre-market movers, Pandora. Pandora is in the big picture, sideways to down, but maybe there's a trade for a gap up in a downtrending stock. It's just not my type of trade. And then EWZ, it's the Brazil ETF, big gap down. So I mean that's there was some news about some shit happening in Brazil. I got to look at that some more. I don't really know what the story is there, but big gap down, and obviously, that's not in my plan. So I traded one stock today. I fell asleep. I meant to kind of had my target, but I fell asleep and I didn't get out where I wanted to. But talk about Wayfair. Wayfair is in consumer sick. The big picture in Wayfair is kind of coming off a sideways base. Big picture's up now. Recent trend action is a breakaway gap after this. I wouldn't even call it a base, which is like sideways action. And gap up at 52-week highs on volume. Kind of going sideways. Recent trend actions 4 overlapping narrow range days. Just kind of thinking recently we could be a breakaway gap and we got some compression. So looking for any longs above this compression. I kind of had it marked on the 15-minute chart, as you can see. So my entry was just using the intraday uptrend entry. So I noticed that we opened lower, which is good. We got above the range high. This was like a wick, so I mean it's kind of an irrelevant thing, but this was really what the range high was. Open lower, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So I just got a potential higher low. I was thinking on this pullback, so I just got long right in there. My stop below this lower low, so I think my risk is, it was a little bit more, but maybe like $120 instead of 100. So I was risking a little bit more than $100, which I'm not terribly happy about that I did that. So I need to really fully calculate what my risk is before I pull the trigger. But this is just a B plus trade. I think Momo and Nvidia, definitely what you said about Celgene Wednesday was not a good trade. This is at least one good trade. Is it an A plus? I don't know. I have Momo was an A plus trade, definitely. But intraday uptrend has been, or just intraday trend has just become one of my favorite, entry techniques. Just buying on the pullback of the second potential higher low and putting my stop down here. And so on the daily chart, it's kind of seeing potential resistance. It's like area of failure, kind of over under. I thought that maybe where we could run into some resistance. So I had the level marked going into it. So I'd like to think maybe I would have gotten out, somewhere in here at the end of the day. I mean, you really lost, about 50 cents. But one good trade, would love to see get a gap on the open. That would be fantastic. Had a dream that this was just eating shit in the pre-market trading tomorrow, so I really hope that doesn't happen. But I think, like I said, the Bulls of Wall Street, ClickFund is not going to let me carry positions over $5,000 or something overnight, so I don't think I'm going to be faced with this issue realistically. Saw two other trades, MNK, the healthcare drug manufacturer. Big picture is long-term downtrend. Kind of had an obvious level, kind of over-under level right here. Loosely. We don't have to touch it specifically, but basically, big picture downtrend. Nearing the 52-week highs. Volume is above average, so look for any Covel. And then you get your bam, one big swing after 10 o'clock. There's a window, or it's right at 10 o'clock really. But, Does it go down a million points? No. Like, what was this wide range day before? 215. This one was like, almost 320. So, sorry, I was looking at the wrong day, wasn't it? It was about $3. So thinking $3, and it's gone down. Price has gone down, from high to low, $1.40. So you gotta think it's got another, $1.50 in it. So there's 20 cents, 30 cents. So you think $1.50. So it's like your 5-to-1 expectancy. You get a little, if you got out after this, like this bar down here is kind of climax bar, there's your $1.50. So 5-to-1 trade in the downtrending stock. And then Tailored, saw Wiz Khalifa in concert last week. That was pretty cool. Big picture in Tailored is sideways to down. I mean, intermediately is down. Big picture's sideways. But, nearing the 52-week low. So, it's kind of like volume in the background here. But we're in a long-term downtrend. It's basically just like Cobell, in the downtrending stock, like lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. If you shorted right here, 10-cent risk. And even if you held to the very last tick, it's 3-to-1. So, some decent trades, just like trading with the big picture trend. I think big picture trend trading is it's got to be the bread and butter trade. There's definitely some other stuff, but there are trend trades every day. And dude, I gotta say, like, you talk about the difference in eliminating a lot of these shitty trades, like what are left, the good trades, and even Celgene, I guess it ended up working out. But it wasn't like a horrible trade like some other trades I had made. So even to, let's say, even if that was like a break-even day or a small loss, like I'm having a hell of a week. So, that's just the point, is like trading good stocks, having good entries, doing away with those big losses, and you can't help but make money when you do that. So, I mean, I'm excited to go live, but there's no rush. I'm just sitting here just like proving to myself I can do it each day. So really, not trying to get all flustered and trying to press it. Just like want to finish the week out strong on this Friday coming up, and it's just about waiting for the setups to come to me, and then reacting when the opportunity comes.